So there's no doubt that the 1970s belonged to certain actors and actresses, and unfortunately, bad news across the doorstep today. One of them has passed away, which I think at the young age of 79, because she was always vibrant, she was always of good humor, she would always be dressed in the nines. La di da, la di da. Unfortunately, bad news doorstep. Diane Keaton, Nee Hall, has passed away in LA at the age of 79. Now, she first came to major prominence, ladies and gentlemen, on television and in the movies, especially with her paramour Woody Allen. They were together for a few years. Now, he said that she passed away today, October 11th, actually, just in recent hours. So you're saying to yourself, how did Diane Keaton become kind of the poster child of what they call modern feminism in the late 60s, early 70s? Now, she received various accolades throughout her career, spanning 5 decades, including the Academy Award, a BAFTA, and 2 Golden Globes, in addition to a nomination for 2 Emmys and a Tony Award. So she almost got the EGOT. She was honored with the Film Society of Lincoln Center's Gala Tribute in 2007 and an AFI Life Achievement Award, that's 2017. She began her career on the stage when she appeared in the original 68 Broadway production of musical Hair. The next year, she was nominated for a Tony for Best Featured Actress in a Play for Woody Allen's comic device, Play It Again, Sam. She then made her screen debut in Lovers and Other Strangers before rising to prominence with a minor role on Night Gallery, and then a major role as Kay Adams Corleone in Francis Ford Coppola, The Godfather of 72, a role she reprised in the sequels in 74 and 1990. She frequently collaborated with Woody Allen, beginning with the film adaptation of Play It Again, Sam. Her next two films with him, Sleeper and Love and Death, established her as a comic actress, while her forward Annie Hall, and Hall's her last name, she was born Diane Hall, won her Academy Award for Best Actress. Now, born in LA, January 5th, 46, her mother Dorothy was a homemaker and an amateur photographer. Her father, John Ignatius Jack Hall, was a real estate broker and civil engineer, whose mother had come from Ireland. She was raised as a Free Methodist by her mother. Her mother won the Mrs. LA pageant for homemakers. Keaton said the theatricality of the event inspired her first impulse to be an actress and led to her desire to work on stage. She also credited Katharine Hepburn, who she admires for playing strong, independent women, as one of her inspirations. Now, Keaton was a 62 graduate of Santa Ana High School in Santa Ana, California. During her time there, she took part in singing and acting clubs at school and starred as Blanche Dubois in a school production of A Streetcar Named Desire. After graduation, she attended Santa Ana College and later Orange Coast College as an acting student, but dropped out after a year to pursue an entertainment career in Manhattan. Upon joining the Actors Equity Association, she changed her surname to Keaton, which was her mother's maiden name, as there was always an actress registered under the name of Diane Hall. For a brief time, she also moonlighted at nightclubs with a singing act. She revisited her nightclub act in Annie Hall in 1977, and So It Goes in 2014, in a cameo on Radio Days. Now, when she began studying acting in a neighborhood playhouse in New York City, she initially studied acting under the Meisner technique, an ensemble acting technique first evolved in the 1930s by Sanford Meisner, a New York stage actor, acting coach, director, who had been a member of the group theater from 31 to 40. She described her acting technique as being only as good as the person you're acting with, as opposed to going out on my own and forging my path to create a wonderful performance without the help of anyone. According to Jack Nicholson, she approaches the script sort of like a play, and that she has the entire script memorized before we start doing the movie, which I don't know any actors who do. Now, she became the understudy for Sheila in the production of Hair. She gained some notoriety for refusal to disrobe at the end of Act 1, when the cast performs nude, even though nudity in production was optional for actors. Those who performed nude received a $50 bonus. Now, after acting in Hair for 9 months, she auditioned for a part in Woody Allen's production of Play Again, Sam. After nearly being passed over for being too tall at 5'8", because she was 2 inches taller than Allen, she won the part. She wanted to receive a Tony Award nomination for Best Featured Actress in a Play for a performance in Play It Again, Sam. The next year, Keaton made her film debut in Lovers and Other Strangers. She followed up with guest roles on the TV series Love American Style and a very, very strong short performance in Night Gallery, where she plays a nurse who may be double-crossed and pushing the murder that she doesn't want to commit. And of course, Mannix. Between films, she appeared in a series of deodorant commercials. Now, her breakthrough role, of course, came as Kay Adams, the girlfriend and eventual wife of Michael Corleone, played by on-again, off-again, on-again boyfriend Al Pacino, in Francis Ford Coppola's 1972 film The Godfather. Coppola noted that he first noticed Keaton in Lovers and Other Strangers and cast her because of a reputation of eccentricity that he wanted her to bring to the role. Keaton claims at the time she was commonly referred to as the kooky actress of the film industry. Well, in 2025, many actresses rip off her style as not kooky. It's considered like brainy or, dedicated. Her performance in the film was loosely based on a real-life experience of making the film, both of which she described as being the woman in the world of men, which she plays quite well because she's kind of the second female lead. The Godfather was an unparalleled critical and financial success, becoming the highest-grossing film of the year and winning the 1972 Academy Award for Best Picture. Now, when she reprised her role as Kay in Godfather Part 2, she was initially reluctant, saying, "At first I was skeptical about playing Kay again in the Godfather sequel. But when I read the script, the character seemed much more substantial than in the first film." Now, in Part 2, her character changed dramatically, becoming more embittered about her husband's criminal empire. Even though Keaton received widespread exposure from the films, some critics felt that her character's importance was minimal. I disagree. Where she commits an abortion basically to stop the negativity of the Corleone family, she didn't want anybody else to join even after having 2 kids. But she's hiding her eyes to what Michael has been doing. Michael had turned into a cold-blooded killer by the time the middle part of the Godfather movie, the original one, took part. Now, her notable films in the 70s include many collaborations with Woody Allen, Sleeper, Love and Death, Interiors, Manhattan Murder Mystery, and a film version of Play Against Sam, directed by Herbert Ross. And of course, she won the Academy Award for Best Actress for basically playing herself in Annie Hall. Now, we're going to be doing another podcast under down the road, but I wanted to get it out there how important those early parts was to her. Lovers and Other Strangers and but you're planning to join Joan Vico drew a lot of interest. But she, just like a Harrison Ford, she got her bones on TV. She played Love American Style, Night Gallery, the FBI, and Mannix. So those 4 parts did the great foundation of what was happening. And ladies and gentlemen, like she's had a lot of great roles through the years. Diane Keaton, of all things, was her last prominent role by my memory. Was in Summer Camp in 2004. But she get this, she played herself in or part of herself in the song Ghosts by Justin Bieber. And of course, those 2 theater performances were Hair and Play Against Sam. So she did several books and also a great photographer as well. And she was an editor, and the awards and nominations are so high. Now, Diane Keaton, again, hard to believe, but 79 or 80, but losing Redford and Keaton back-to-back is a tough goal, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a little bit of how Diane Keaton became Annie Hall, even though she was Annie Hall before there was an Annie Hall. So, I mean, beautiful lady inside and out, well-respected, and people would do less to follow her acting style because she was, say like Robert Crumb, Mrs. Natural actress. Well, we saw her in Night Gallery. My dad said, this lady's going places. Hard to believe that's 54 years ago already. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our tribute podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.